A beautiful female chairman was just visiting the company with her secretary when a young man suddenly rushed into the office building. Without giving any explanation, he loudly shouted that the building would explode. The lobby manager immediately told him to leave. Seeing this, the beautiful woman approached to ask what was going on. The young man then stepped forward and revealed that the building would explode at 10 o'clock. In order to prove his words were true, he quickly took out his phone for everyone to see. However, the lobby manager saw the young man's black-screened phone and angrily scolded him, calling him crazy. Before the young man could react, the woman reminded him about the black-screened phone. The young man was confused because he had clearly seen the message on his phone. It turned out that the day before, he had accidentally saved a mysterious old man. To thank him for saving his life, the old man gave him the ability to predict the future. At first, when the young man saw news about a foreman falling from a high place and dying, he didn't take it seriously, thinking it was fake news. But soon after, he heard a scream and saw the foreman lying on the ground without a sound. At that moment, he realized that the news about predicting the future on Tomorrow Headline was real. However, when the young man returned to his rented room to think about how to use Tomorrow Headline to get rich, his phone suddenly received a news alert about the Fully building exploding at 10 in the morning. That's why the young man ran into the building and shouted about the explosion. Now, the helpless young man had no choice but to tell everyone about the death toll in the building. Repeat the casualty report from the news. It says 32 people died and 196 were injured. At this point, the beautiful woman looked at the young man and didn't think he was lying. She suggested everyone go outside the building and wait until 10 o'clock to confirm everything was safe before going back to work. The surrounding office workers also thought safety came first. However, just as everyone was about to leave the building to avoid danger, the security manager of the building suddenly appeared with a group of people, claiming that the building had been under constant security patrol and there would be no problems. Hearing this, the office workers chose to believe the security manager and turned back to continue working. The security manager didn't give the young man a chance to explain further and had him controlled by the security guards. Not long after, the young man was thrown out of the building by the security guards. At this moment, the young man's ex-girlfriend and a rich second generation happened to appear. When he saw these two enemies entering the building, he didn't try to stop them. As expected, when they were about to enter, the building really exploded. Not long after, the beautiful woman found the young man and immediately offered to pay him to use his ability to predict the future to beat the rich second generation at the Stone Gambling Conference to help him break off his engagement. But when the young man got into the car, he received a news alert on Tomorrow Headline about the Stone Gambling Conference. He had already known all the stones that could be sold at high prices, so when he arrived at the Stone Gambling Conference, he immediately started searching for those valuable stones. He quickly found the stones that could be sold at high prices. However, after helping the beautiful woman pick a stone that guaranteed profit, the young man secretly planned to take all the stones mentioned in Tomorrow Headline to realize his dream of getting rich overnight. But he didn't expect that at this moment, the rich second generation and his ex-girlfriend suddenly came to cause trouble. You dare to impersonate an expert appraiser and deceive Miss Shin. You're really stupid. I believe that Chu Tian can predict the future. Download the Daily Short app to watch full episodes for free.